past week has been a memorable one, to say the least. It was filled with many different emotions, happiness, some sadness, excitement, and even a little bit of frustration. A few of my classmates and I were preparing for an exciting, busy weekend at the state track meet. We worked extremely hard to qualify for events, and we put ourselves in a position to compete. When we arrived at school on Thursday morning to go to state, we found out that the meet was postponed and some of our events were rescheduled, conflicting with graduation. I was faced with a very difficult decision. I could either run my best event, the 1600 meters, or I could come back for graduation. There was no way I could do both. I finally decided that I owed it to myself, my family, my classmates, and my community to come back today. I wanted to be able to say goodbye to this community. My friend and classmate, Jake Trujillo, decided to go for a state championship, and we feel his absence here. But we are also extremely proud of him. So before I begin my speech, I would like to say that I'm incredibly honored and blessed to be able to speak to you in person today. The first high school graduation I ever attended was in May 2009. We had just completed our third grade year here. This was my first year at McClave, and it was also a milestone in McClave school history, because this graduation was the first ever held in this gym. I remember listening to the speeches, and I loved every moment of it. I laughed when Rachel Newhold prayed that none of her classmates tripped walking across the stage. I attended my cousin's graduation in Eagle, Colorado a few weeks later. I was stoked to be able to attend another graduation because I really loved the first one I went to, unlike my twin brother who had already decided he did not like graduations. The salutatorian wrapped his speech, rhyming and in beat, and I was awestruck. But don't worry, Mr. Weber, I'm not going to rap today. My Aunt Rena teased me when she saw how much I paid attention by saying that she wanted to hear my speech at my graduation. Being the literal person I am, I did what every 9-year-old kid would do. I started writing my valedictorian speech. I became a Cardinal my third grade year. My mom was hired to teach here, and she brought us out with her. That move was an essential part in my journey in becoming who I am today. I met most of you, my classmates, and I love you guys, and I consider you some of my best friends. You made it James and I feel so welcome here. McClave School is unique in many ways. We are one school, and we are a community. My family learned that very quickly, and we did our best to become part of this generous community. We attended every sporting event possible, both as players and as fans. I learned to bleed red and white. It was an exciting year. The high school girls and boys basketball teams both qualified for state that year, which was held at the Air Force Academy. My mom took my siblings and I to watch. We were decked out in red face paint and all of our Cardinal gear. It was so exciting. That trip to the Air Force Academy is one I will never forget. Not only did we get to watch my new favorite high school teams compete, I saw firsthand an institution which was different than anything I had ever encountered before. It was at that moment I decided I wanted to serve my country. A seed was planted in me that day. With each passing year, my valedictorian speech became a bit different. I would get new ideas to add, and I discarded and forgot other parts I wanted to be included. My speech was changing as I was changing and learning who I wanted to become. In reflecting, I realized McClave School has taught me so many things, and I would like to share 3 of these with you today. First, I learned the importance of never taking situations and people for granted. I've met some wonderful people here. I can always count on all of you, my classmates, my teachers, my friends, and my community. You have been a huge blessing in my life. Some of these people who made such an impact on me have moved away, and I struggled with that for a long time. I did not know how fully blessed I was to have them in my life until after they left. These experiences made me understand that I need to value and appreciate the people who are in my life. They're the ones who most truly care about me and have and will help me succeed. I would like to individually thank everyone who has helped contribute to my successes, However, Mrs. Dunning made sure I knew I had a time limit. I sincerely thank my huge loving family who traveled from every part of the state and even Texas and New Mexico to be here today. Every teacher, especially my mom, who has sacrificed so much for me to be successful. My coaches, friends, church members, administrators, parents, school board members, community members, and students of McClave School who has impacted my life. We have so many great people in our lives, and for me and my class, thank you. The second lesson I learned was that we all can have an impact on others. High school girls spent time with me and helped me with sports and in school when I was young. I looked up to them and I thought they were amazing. They were a positive influence to me, and it became my goal to be a positive influence to the young girls in the same way. Each one of us has people who look up to us even when we do not realize we are being watched. I count it as a success if I can reach at least one person and inspire them to be a better person. I try to set a positive example with the hope of making a difference in other people's lives. We all have the power and ability to make the world a better place, one person at a time. Finally, I learned to put my trust in God. There was a while when my future was not certain. I experienced many failures and disappointments that most people are unaware of. I was scared I would not be able to reach the goals I had set for my life. I was worried I would disappoint myself and others. I continued to trust in God even when my faith was tested. I know God has a plan for my life just as He does for yours. I firmly believe everything happens for a reason and there are no coincidences or mistakes. In the Bible, Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him and He will make your path straight." I'm so blessed to have a direction for my life, and I know that He will be watching over me and helping me through all the difficult times. Now for my classmates. We did it. We thought how far away 2017 was when we were in elementary school. We were naive and we didn't know any better back then. You are all my friends. I've made some great memories with each and every one of you. Some of the memories make me laugh and others make me cringe, but I cherish them all. We will always be able to look back on them with fondness. If you know our class, you probably know how competitive we are. Our pre-test review competitions in history almost ended in a fight a few times, and our wall ball and foursquare tournaments at recess were pretty intense. But that's one thing that makes us special. We don't settle. As we go on our separate paths, I'm excited to see what the future holds for us. Our class is a very talented class, and I'm looking forward to see what each and every one of you accomplishes. This is probably one of the last times our entire class will be together. We will go on our separate ways, and we will all try to do great things. It comforts me to know that we have all shared this school experience together, and that is something that will never be taken away from us. We will all face difficulties and challenges in life, but we can always look back on the great memories we have made together throughout the years as McClave partners. I wish each of you the absolute best, and I would like to thank you for the great times. The day of graduation is full of excitement and also some sadness. We're about to scatter to new places, colleges, and work. And I will be far away from McClave next year in Annapolis, Maryland, but I am confident I will still be able to feel the support of our small community. McClave has truly impacted my life in such great ways, and I will forever be thankful. I do have one last thing to say, and that is go Navy, be Army. Sorry, Dad, but a good rivalry is always healthy.